All right, if you're thinking about retiring in the next 2 years or less, this is what you need to be doing. Number one, you need to save more money now. You need to be saving more for retirement now. You need to look for ways that you can save more money in your retirement investments, your retirement savings, and overall your retirement wealth. You need to be looking for ways that you can increase your contributions to your 401ks, 403bs, traditional IRAs, or Roth IRAs. According to a recent survey by the Employee Benefits Retirement Institute, 70% of surveyed individuals who were already retired wish they had saved more for retirement while they were working. So how do you do that? Well, if you're over the age of 50, you can do a catch-up contribution. So over and above your normal 401k or IRA contribution, you can actually put in more. For the year 2022, you can put in $6,500 more into your 401k or $1,000 more into your IRA over and above the current limit. Now, if this is 2023, 2024, or beyond, just check the IRS website to see what you can put in for a catch-up contribution. One of the other things that you can do to help save more money for retirement now, if you're already maxing out your 401k or your 403b, you can start investing in a Roth IRA. As long as you meet the income limits for investing in a Roth IRA, you can actually, if you have extra retirement income left over, put that money into a Roth IRA, invest that for retirement, and use that once you get to retirement. Remember, any money that you put into a Roth IRA has to follow the 5-year rule, which means all your earnings have to stay in the Roth IRA for 5 years, but you can pull out contributions. If you were to pull out your earnings within the 5-year period, you pay a 10% penalty. But the Roth IRA gives you the ability to save more money now and have that money tax-free in the future. All right, according to that same survey, the Employee Benefit Retirement Institute survey, many retirees did not consider inflation. So what do you need to do now if you're thinking about retiring in the next 2 years? You need to consider inflation now. Remember, the 108-year average for inflation is 3.24%. Could be higher in some years, could be lower in others. But the average over 100 years is right around 3%. You need to be factoring in inflation when you're looking at your retirement income, especially if you're doing retirement income planning. So think about it this way. If you have $1 million in retirement savings and retirement investments, and you need $40,000 a year off of your retirement investments to live over and above Social Security or pensions, that's 4% coming off that $1 million. Now, when you're doing the retirement income planning, you need to factor in inflation on top of that $40,000 a year. So $40,000 a year this year, but next year you need to put a 3% compound inflation rate on that to make sure that your retirement investments are going to last as you take out your retirement income. If you want me to put together Your Financial EKG, a retirement income plan for you to make sure you're not going to run out of retirement income, click the link in the comment section below. Download the Roadmap to Retirement. It's a free booklet about retirement income, but there's also a box that you can check to get in touch with me, and we can put together a tactical and strategic plan for you. So you need to start factoring in inflation now if you're thinking about retiring in the next 2 years. Hey, let me interrupt this very important video to encourage you to enroll in the new course, Can I Retire?, presented by Your Financial EKG. This course is absolutely free and helps you to determine if you are ready to retire. All the information is below. See you in the classroom. Another thing you need to be thinking about if you want to retire in the next 2 years, taxes. The tax man giveth and the tax man taketh away. Just because you retire doesn't mean your taxes go away. 48% of respondents from the survey from the Employee Benefits Retirement Institute said that they didn't know how taxes would impact their retirement life. you need to understand how taxes are going to impact your retirement income. If you have Social Security, if you're taking money off of 401ks, if you have pensions, IRAs, brokerage accounts, and Roth IRAs, you need to understand what are the tax implications for all of my investments. A lot of times, you're actually going to get into retirement and pay more taxes than when you were working. And the biggest surprise is when you get to April and you actually have to write a check to the IRS. Whereas when you were working, it was coming right out of your paycheck. So you need to understand how are taxes calculated and figured into retirement. 40% of respondents from the survey said they're actually paying more taxes now in retirement than when they were working and making more money. That is why you want to understand taxes now if you're thinking about retiring in the next 2 years. Another factor you want to consider if you're retiring in 2 years or less is you need to have a retirement plan. Now, many of you are going to plan for your vacations when you get into retirement. You might be planning for 6 months. You might plan for 12 months. You might plan your whole life to take that special trip to Italy or Greece or Israel or wherever you want to go. But when you go to retirement, how many hours, how many days, how many months, how many years are you planning for retirement? You need to have a plan for retirement. 47% of respondents wished they had had a plan going into retirement. Only 4 out of 10 individuals actually work with a financial professional on putting a plan together for retirement. You need to have a plan for your Social Security. When are you going to take Social Security? What's the best age for you and your family to take Social Security? What about your retirement investments? How are you going to transition from growing your retirement investments to preserving them and using them for retirement income? What about your healthcare costs, Medicare, home health care, long-term care? What about everything else that goes in to your retirement? Required minimum distributions, qualified charitable donations. How about taxes in retirement? What is your plan? That's what you need to be thinking about if you're going to retire in the next 2 years. And if you want to plan, if you want a strategic tactical retirement EKG that we do here, contact us in the description below and we'll put that together for you to make sure that you can get to retirement, you're going to get through retirement, and you're protecting your ability to stay in retirement. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.